Hello everyone. Today I am going to discuss about the quality of water, in which today we discuss the different parameters like physical parameter, chemical parameter and biological parameters which are responsible for the quality of water. Let us start with the types of water. First type is the chemical water. Chemical water is the pure form of water, means it is just a combination of H plus and OH minus, is called chemical water. Second type is the potable water. It doesn't contain the harmful substance, means it is consumable water, is the potable water. Third one is the palatable water. It is appearance wise transparent, means it is aesthetically good, is called the palatable water. But it is not a consumable water, because if the water is transparent but there may be some biological bacteria are present in that one, so that it is not a consumable water. Fourth type is the wholesome water. It is not a chemically pure water, but it is free from harmful substance, is called wholesome water. Fifth type is the polluted water. We know that the polluted water is harmful substance present in it, but there is no pathogen present in a polluted water. Next type is the contaminated water. It contains the pathogen, means the disease causing bacteria are present in that water, is called the contaminated water. Last type of the water is the mineral water. When the different types of minerals like a calcium, iron, magnesium are present in a water, is called the mineral water. These are the types of water. Now the next is the parameters: physical parameter, chemical parameter and biological parameter. Today we discuss about a physical parameter. There are the 5 parameters are included in a physical one. This one is the turbidity, color, odor, temperature and conductivity. Let us start with the first parameter, physical parameter, turbidity. When a small amount of unwanted substance, means clay, sand, algae, vegetable matter, suspended particles, these are present in a water and it becomes a turbid, means we have to see by naked eyes that the water becomes dull in structure, is called the turbidity. Unit to calculate the turbidity is milligram per liter, ppm, EPM are the units. We know that the 1 milligram per liter is equal to 1 ppm. Now how to measure the turbidity? There are the 4 methods which help to determine the turbidity in water, or we can calculate the turbidity present in a water. The first one is the turbidity rod. Second method is the Bailey's turbidity meter. Third method is the Jackson turbidity method, and fourth one is the nephelometer. These are the methods which help to calculate the turbidity. Let us start with the first method, turbidity rod. In generally, this turbidity is measured in silica scale, means the silica, 1 milligram of silica dissolved in 1 liter of water, and then that water is considered as a turbid water and calculate the turbidity. Let us start with the first one, turbidity rod. Now we have seen in this diagram, this one is the turbidity rod. This one having a 2 scales, means first one is the graduated tape and next one is the graduated aluminium rod. That graduated tape is 12.12 centimeter in length and graduated aluminium rod is 20.3 centimeter in length. Why it is called graduated? Because there is a small scale on that one, is we have to measure the reading, so that there is a small scale on that graduated rod and graduated tape, so it is called the graduated. Now at the top of there is the eye position, means we have to see from the top of this turbidity rod. At the bottom there is a small nickel ring in which the platinum needle is to be inserted. Now, how to calculate by using this turbidity rod? This turbidity rod used in a field, means we have to calculate whenever turbidity of a normal water in a field, so that this turbidity rod is used. Turbidity scale is non-stretchable, means upper part of that graduated tape is not stretchable. Then this turbidity rod is inserted in 1 liter of water which is taken in a beaker. Then place your eye mark on needle in turbidity water up to platinum needle is visible, and if note down the last point where the needle is not visible to us. It is our reading given on a rod in milligram per liter. Means, first of all, take the turbid water in a beaker, then we have to insert that turbidity rod in a beaker so that up to the needle is visible from the eye mark. Then again insert downward the downward that turbidity rod in water, then again downward up to the last point that the needle is seen. Means whenever the needle is not seen by eye mark, then note down the first reading in the milligram per liter. If the length is maximum, then turbidity is lesser. Means when we insert that turbidity rod in a water, then if the length of inserting that rod is max, then the turbidity is lesser, and if the length is minimum, then the turbidity is maximum. The turbidity is known directly by reading gradation in aluminum rod on the surface of water column. Now second method is the Jackson turbidity meter. This is one of the method that is used to calculate or used to determine the turbidity of water for the drinking water, swimming, fishing. High rate of turbidity can be associated with a contamination or the pathogen. The turbidity may be caused by a coastal zone erosion, strong surge, industrial effect, agricultural runoff, or the runoff from the urban impervious surfaces. These are in general fields that where the Jackson's turbidity meter is used. Now we have to see in diagram that there is a candle which is placed on a stand, and above the stand there is a small glass tube. Then upper is the again telescope or the telescope, and the small again graduated scale is on the stand. Now this is just the diagram working. It is measured, means the turbidity measured in a unit JTU, means the Jackson turbidity unit. It is calculated up to 25 to 1000 milligram per liter turbidity, means it is calculated this range of turbidity. Water is inserted from graduated glass tube. Now we know that there is a small glass tube inserted on that stand, and below the stand there is a tip of candle, or whenever we see by using a telescope, we just see the tip of that candle through our graduated glass tube. Now when we insert the our sample in a graduated glass tube, and we observe it from the telescope, observe the tip of candle from the telescope using the upper end of that graduated glass tube. Now inserting water up to the tip in visible and note down reading on a graduated glass tube directly. Means same like that of platinum needle, up to whenever we see continuously the upper tip of that candle, then again insert the water. When that tip is invisible, means this one is our reading, first reading of first reading means the final reading of turbidity, means whenever that turbidity is noted down or that reading is noted down on a graduated glass, this is the final reading that we have to write that the range of turbidity of our sample. If the length is maximum, then again turbidity is lesser, and if the length is minimum, then turbidity is maximum. The turbidity is known directly by reading graduated in an aluminium rod on the surface of water column. This one is the Jackson's turbidity meter. The next method is the Bayes turbidity meter. Now in diagram, this one is the diagram to or the instrument to calculate the Bayes turbidity meter to calculate the turbidity of our sample. Let us it consists of a closed galvanized iron box, means this is the sealed box. Now we see the small slanting line, that is the our closed galvanized iron box, means this one is the closed iron box, on one side of which the two glass tubes can be held vertically side, means the first section AA we have to see in a diagram that there are the vertical glass tubes which are inserted in our iron box, but in whenever we are inserted, there is seeing just in a 1A glass tube, because the another glass tube is the side of that one. So whenever we see this diagram front wise, then we have just seen the only one glass tube. Now on the other side, in front of the tubes, as 25th watt electric bulb is located, means the opposite side of that glass tube there is the one electric bulb is there which having a 25 watt, so as it threw a light on the tubes. Whenever the circuit is start, then this light insert or reflect on the glass tubes. This is the Bayes turbidity meter. We have seen that there are the two glass tubes are inserted in our sealed iron box. Now the glass tubes are supported at the bottom by a white optal glass plate and by a blue cobalt plate as shown in a diagram. One of the two glass tube is filled with a water and other is filled with a standard water solution known as the turbidity. Means in one is known turbidity, means one glass tube is there is the sample which turbidity is known, and another glass tube which containing a sample which turbidity is to be calculated. Now take the two test tube in which one contain unknown sample and another contain the known sample. When the electricity start, then bulb start to reflect the rays so that the color of both is reflected, mean that both glass tubes reflect their colors. If the sample giving the same color, then turbidity is to be found, and if the sample is not giving a same colors, means then again change the known turbidity glass tube by another one sample, means if up to when the two glass tubes giving the same reflection, then we calculate the turbidity of unknown sample by using a known one. If there is the different colors by appearing from the two different glass tubes, then the known one is to be changed. This is the Bayes method. Now this method is calculate the turbidity up to the 2 ppm only, means the 2 parts per million. Now the next method is the nephelometer. We have seen in the diagram there is a small lamp. That lamp gives or the reflect the rays which are pass on a lens which is placed vertically, and that lens is converge that rays on our sample, and then sample again reflect the rays, and that rays are detected by a forward scattered detector, then transmitted light detector, and 19 degree there is another detector. This 19 degree there is a detector which is help to know the turbidity by using a nephelometer. This method is used to calculate to 0 to 1 ppm turbidity in a sample. It based on a principle of scattering of light. In such an instrument, samples scatter the light that impairing on it. The scattered light is then measured by putting the photometer at the right angle, means on the top of, means in we have to see in a diagram there is a top, means at the 90 degree there is one measurement. We can calculate the scattered light by using that photometer at the right angle to the origin direction of the light generated by a light source. This measurement of light scattered at the 90 degree angle is called nephelometry. The unit to calculate this turbidity is the NTU, means the nephelometric turbidity unit. We know that for the all one, means we use the nephelometry, there is the unit is the NTU. If we use the Bellis rod, then we their unit is the BTU, means the Bellis turbidity unit, NTU, and so on. These are the units by using the name of that turbidity meter. Then the next factor, which is the physical factor responsible for the water quality, is the color. Water gets color due to peat, leaves, logs and other organic matter present in that one. Means if these are the present in water, that gives the color, and this color is the responsible for the quality of water. For the drinking purpose, there is a limit, means of consumable water there is limit up to 5 to 20 ppm for the color. The standard unit of color is that which is produced by a 1 milligram of platinum in the form of chloroplatinate ion. Color can be detected by a naked eyes. It can be measured by comparing color of water sample with other standard glass tube called the Nessler tube. The instrument used is the tintometer, means this is the instrument to calculate the color present in a water. Now the next parameter is the odor. It occurs due to dissolved gases like H2S, CO2, NH3 and dissolved organic vegetable matter, means whenever the gas is present or any organic matter is present, then the odor of water is get changed. The both odor and the taste are measured in some scale in terms of threshold odor number. Threshold odor number is denoted by a TON is equal to A plus B divided by A, where A is the volume of raw water sample, B is the volume of distilled water sample which is used for the distillation. Whenever we put the values of this one, then we have to calculate the odor present in it or the threshold odor present in it. Threshold means a limit up to the final limit is called the threshold one. The next parameter is the temperature. Now 10 to 20 degree is for the normal supply, means whenever there is the water supply for the per capita demand or for the city or other purposes, then that temperature having a limited range up to 10 to 20 degrees Celsius. It controls the chemical biological reactions. The temperature of water to be supplied should be between 10 degree to 20 degrees Celsius temperature. Greater than 25 degrees Celsius is highly objectionable. In case of large bodies of surface, broken capillary thermometer is used. Means whenever we have to calculate the large surface one, then temperature of the large surface, then the broken capillary thermometer is used to calculate the temperature of that water. Now the next parameter is the conductivity. The dissolved salt present in water can be found by measuring specific conductivity of a water. We know that the specific conductivity. Unit of conductivity is the micromoles per centimeter at 25 degrees Celsius. The specific conductivity of water in micromole per centimeter at 25 degrees Celsius is multiplied by a coefficient or a factor 0.65 so as to directly calculate the dissolved salt present in milligram per liter or in ppm in water. Means if we have to calculate the how many milligram per liter or ppm present salts in water, then we have at 25 degrees Celsius, then we have to multiply it by a 0.65 to that one. More the salinity, more will be the conductivity. Means whenever the maximum salts are present in that water, then the conductivity is the maximum. Hope so these all physical parameters we have discussed today are understand. Here the physical parameter is